Hello everyone and welcome to the installation stop. Please watch as we demonstrate the installation of a radiant barrier in a stick-built attic. This is an attic without trusses and is generally easier to install because you do not have any of the supports or webbing that are commonly used in truss design. The first step is to install the bottom run of the material close to the eaves. This can be accomplished by either pre-cutting the sheet to your length outside the attic and bringing the material up, which is generally most typical, or cutting the material inside the attic. In this particular application, we are fortunate enough to have a plywood floor, so we can go ahead and work from within the attic. First, you want to measure and unroll your sheet of foil and cut the insulation to the proper distance needed for the first run. The first piece is usually the most difficult because you are at the bottom of the rafters around the eaves where the space gets tight. You want to keep the radiant barrier insulation approximately 6 to 8 inches above the eaves, baffles, or any existing fiberglass insulation. As warm air rises, it will naturally move from the lower areas up to the peak or ridge of your attic. This spacing will make sure the radiant barrier does not affect this air movement. Also, this is a perfect time to make sure there are no other obstructions in the eaves. Correct attic ventilation is an important component in an energy-efficient attic. To install the insulation, we are using an Arrow staple gun that fits the T50 type staple. These are very common staples that come in various lengths from 1/4 inch all the way to 9/16 of an inch. You can use an electric gun or mechanized tool if you prefer. Use anything you are comfortable with, just make sure the insulation is well adhered to the rafters. Now that we have our first run of material up, go ahead and staple the material down tight. Don't worry if the material has slight sags or is not perfectly straight. It will not affect the performance. As you begin the second piece, again go ahead and roll out the length you need, or have this pre-cut from outside the attic. To cut our radiant barrier, simply use a standard razor knife with a fresh razor blade. Don't worry if your cuts aren't perfect, you can always repair with reflective foil tape and extra pieces of insulation. When you come to any obstructions, cut these out and you can address these later. Continue installing the remaining sheets until all areas are complete. Work your way down the rafters, stapling as you go. A 2 to 3 inch overlap between the rows of insulation are fine. After the major runs are complete, go back and address any cutout areas if needed. Make sure to leave 6 to 8 inches at the ridge or peak of your attic as you did in the eaves, and congratulations! You have just installed a radiant barrier in your attic, which is one of the easiest and least expensive ways to save on your energy costs. For more information, visit us or call us at insulationstop.com, your leader in radiant barriers and reflective foil insulation.